Hello, welcome back to Deconstructing with Dawn. This video is a couple days late because I had said that I was going to share with you guys whatever experience I had with my brother over the weekend on Monday. However, it's just been a hell of a week. For 4 months now, I think it's been 4 months, I've had 3 to 4 doctor's appointments every single week. This week I thought I was only going to have 2, so I thought Monday I'll be able to share with you guys. But I had an appointment Monday, had an appointment Tuesday, had to go to urgent care afterwards. So I was there for 4-5 hours, and then I have another appointment on Friday. So what was supposed to be an easy week has just turned into a mess. I have a bunch of stuff going on right now. I have another infection, can't figure out why, but I went through the chills and the fever and all that all over again. My white blood cell count's not as high as it was the last infection, and so he thinks I'm just battling some sort of virus. So he didn't want to give me antibiotics to see if my body could fight it, but my body ain't happy with it at all. What else? I have to have nose surgery. I found out, I think it was Monday or Friday, or I don't know. I've had so many appointments I can't even keep track. But I have to have nose surgery. My left nasal valve collapsed, and I didn't even know that my right one was partially collapsed because it looks normal to me. So I have to have reconstructive surgery on my nose, where they're going to put cartilage from my ear or the base of my nose into the frame here and open my nose back up. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it's all collapsed. When I do this, that's what happens. And they can only estimate that it was caused by, I had an 18-month-long sinus infection, I don't know, like 5 years ago or something. And that's when they found that I had this lymphoma and all that kind of stuff. But that's why it was kind of like the last straw. I ended up with that long infection. It was because my body was fighting off lymphoma, a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. But anyway, so it was, they think it's caused by breaking down of I don't know, broke down something from using nasal spray. You're only supposed to use a nasal spray for like acute attacks, and I used the nasal spray. They're still giving it to me. The Afrin, I used Flonase for a long time. Then it was Afrin, and then I went back to the generic Flonase, and I'm still using it. It's the only way I can breathe, and that they say that's what made it collapse. So somehow, and I know it's also an addictive thing. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen, I think it's Everybody Loves Raymond. He got addicted to nose spray. I'm addicted to nose spray apparently, so I have to break myself off of it. I'm down to using it once a day at night so I can breathe through the night. But anyway, I have to have nose surgery. What does any of this have to do with anything, you're wondering? This will be very important later, so I'm gearing myself up for it. I also have to have foot surgery. I had 8 years ago. I had a plantar fasciitis release, which is pretty common. I had a plantar fasciitis in both feet. Physical therapy and all that stuff worked on the left foot, did not work on the right foot. And I have bilateral peripheral neuropathy in all 4 limbs, and every limb had to have the major nerve severed. So like the tarsal tunnel nerve, and then the foot only on the right side, not the left, but the right side had to have the tarsal tunnel nerve severed, which is your main nerve to your foot. And so I have like a drop foot on my right side and stuff. Anyway, ever since that surgery on my foot, I've had like this ball underneath where they did the plantar release, and they just assumed right from the get-go that it was from scar tissue, which I build up scar tissue very fast. It's just a known thing with my body. But yesterday, finally get to the surgeon for the 3rd time around, and he thinks it's a actual tumor in my foot. And so because I've had non-Hodgkin's in multiple places, and I have some nodules behind my left knee, or right knee right now, and it's all in my right lymphatic system, he thinks that it is a tumor, and so they need to remove it and send it off to pathology. So just what's another tumor in my body, right? A year ago, I had the tumor removed from my abdomen, which is the only thing ever on my left side. Everything else has been on my right. So fun stuff. So now, why does the nose have to do with anything or anything else, right? So the saga continues with my brother. A couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, we went to a local event, semi-local, it's like 45 minutes away, and saw my brother. I saw him there, just saw him, right? So I contacted my aunt and sent her a message that said, my brother was at a local event and I saw him and that kind of thing, and no, I didn't introduce myself and blah, 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 blah. So cut to like a week later, I still hadn't heard back from her. And I am computer illiterate. When it comes to Facebook, I've been on it for 9 years and I still don't know how to work it. On Facebook, apparently when you send messages, I thought when you see the blue check, it means they've read it. That means you've sent it. When they have read it, their face will pop up in a little circle showing that they have received it and read it. So I thought she was just ignoring me, so I thought, okay, well then she must not care. I'm moving on to the next step. So I wrote my brother a week after that. So it's been like 2 weeks now that I wrote my brother. I wrote long things saying we happened to, you know, be at this local event where you were, and, you know, I want to let you know that I'm your sister, and, you know, just very brief, friendly, like 3 paragraphs of who I am, how I came to be, how we're related, and how there's proof of this. And that was it. And again, that little blue check is there. And I'm not friends with him, so, and being that he's a public figure, he probably gets maybe lots of messages, I'm not sure, but he still has not responded to it. So, my daughter said that when you're not friends with somebody and they see a message, you don't necessarily get to be notified that they've received it. So he may or may not have received it. I don't know. So, after I've sent that message, 4 days later, I get a message from my aunt, a text message saying, "Oh my God, I just saw your message. I'm heading out of town. They're going on vacation, and you know how cool that you saw your brother. And I'm not sure if his mother's told him about you yet." What? It's been 2 years, so I guess maybe the mom has not told them about me. And that's probably what I've assumed anyway. So, and when I get back from vacation, I'll contact her and, you know, see what's up with that. So she went on vacation, and I knew she was coming back probably Monday because it was a holiday and she was off. And so Saturday, this past Saturday, we went to another event where my brother was, and I knew he was going to be there. So we went, and I don't want to say what event it is. I'm going to show you a picture, but I'll block his face out because they didn't ask for this. They don't need to have this information shared. So that's going to be kind of stupid. I don't want to. It's kind of important, though. I don't know. Forgive me if I block his face out. I'm going to have to decide what to do about that. I never shared names with you guys other than ours because, you know, this is on me. This is my story, but I don't want to share their information because, you know, they're not part of this. You know, I mean, they are part of this, but this is my forum. I don't know. We'll see. So the whole nose story is not going to make sense to you guys. Anyhow, okay, moving on. So Saturday comes, and we're there, and halftime, intermission, whatever you want to call it, comes around, and I go up and I ask for a photograph with him. And only a few people had done that, and so he was sitting down with some people, and I tapped him on the shoulder and said, you know, can I get a picture with you? And my husband is the worst photographer in the world, and my son was there. Actually, we brought my son so he could see him and that kind of thing, and I don't know, we went up to him, and my husband took the picture. It's a horrible picture. I looked a wreck. It was raining and windy, and I was just a mess, and but I stood there next to him and got a picture with my brother, and I felt sleazy, I felt like a stalker, I felt sad, I felt happy, I just felt all kinds of different things. So I share the picture with my daughters and stuff, and you know, nobody knows about this. My best friend saw the picture on my personal Facebook because I have it blocked so certain people can see, and she immediately sent me a message and said, "Did you meet your brother?" And I said, "I met him, but you know, I didn't tell him who I was." So everybody comments how we have the same nose, and so that is a problem because when you are looking to fit in, and when you're gonna change something, and it just, I felt so bad. Like literally, I think it was Friday that I went to the nose doctor, and he said I had to have the nose, and then my nose structure would change, and then here it is Saturday, I take a picture of my brother, and we have the same nose, we have the same hair, and all this kind of stuff. So to think that when you want to belong to something so bad, that when you have to change it, it was so stupid. I cry every time. What an idiot. Anyway, we have the same nose, and I don't know, that just made me happy and sad because I finally fit somebody and now I have to change it. And that is such a whiny crybaby thing. I'm such a baby about this stuff. That's been 2 years and it's still a shock all the time. Anyway, so finally Monday I text my aunt and say that I went and saw my brother again and sent her the picture. And a whole day later, Tuesday morning, she finally comments and says, I'm on my way to work. I see a little bit of a resemblance, but you look more like his brother, the other younger brother. And she said his brother, and I thought, oh, you know, I'm still not accepted. I'm the outside. That's his brother, not my brother. And I don't know, it really put me down. And so anyway, I responded to her saying that, you know, yeah, I didn't tell him who I was, you know, because I'm some sleazy stalker, you know, because I'm not allowed to tell him who I am. So anyway, that was that. That's all that's happened so far. Checked my messages again today. He still hasn't seen it or responded. Everybody keeps saying I should just friend request, and then he'll see the message, and then I should add the photo. But how would you feel? How would you feel that, you know, you're just at some event and, you know, your fans are taking pictures and that kind of thing, and then you find out maybe he remembers me, I don't know. I remember that moment or whatever, and think, I don't know how I would feel. Alarmed. But I hope in the message that, you know, I told him that I've known for 2 years and that I was asked by his mother not to contact them, and that, you know, I've waited all this time and that it must be kismet that I've seen you locally and that kind of thing. So I don't know, I hope if he ever does see the message, and if I send the picture now, all I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna attach the picture and say, you know, I met you the other day kind of thing. And I hope he doesn't feel freaked out by it, but I don't know, I know I would, but I hope given the circumstances that he accepts it. So that is it. God, I'm such a baby. I don't know. I know a lot of you that follow the DNA thing have experienced this. When you look into a mirror and you're trying so hard to fit in with somebody, and I look a lot like my mom, and you know, my cheekbones and my lips and that kind of thing, and I've always looked in the mirror and seen half of who I was, directly 100% my mom, and then not knowing where the other half of my face comes from, and my mannerisms and whatever else. I know that to a lot of you it makes no sense at all, but to some of you that do follow the DNA thing, or were adopted, or don't know who your mother or father is, it's important to, when you recognize somebody, to feel that connection. And now it's going to change. But my DNA will never change, and I am who I am at all times, but you know, my nose is going to change. And the guy, I don't know, it's going to be really wide, and I don't know how my face is going to look. Anyway, I think it's because I'm sick and I'm just grouchy and tired, and so as per usual, thanks for listening to my crybaby story. That's the update. If my aunt ever does contact their mother and lets me know what the deal is, or if he ever does respond to my message, I'll let you guys know. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully there'll be a picture to follow. I'll just have to decide how to do that, because the nose is important. But I can't share his face. Anyway, it's a weird picture. When you see him, he's a public figure in the sense of what he does. You might think, why is he dressed like that? It's because of a reason. So anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to my story as usual. Bye-bye.